Yeah, 28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little beef of the king, little beef of the king. Y'all ain't ready for this, y'all ain't ready for this. Yeah, I'm the champion, I'm the champion, I'm the champion, I'm the. Don't know why you cats wanna wait to be with the sleep just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early getting finished the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even feel my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best in this rap game and I continue to win. See, I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. Like your phony rap cat, about to make me squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, ATL is on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons and I'm the truth. Why? Cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the still rep the AT, but I carry my throne. God bless the child that can hold it on. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out there better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you not. So when you can't scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the half. You do the math, and that's yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the little cats know who really the done. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. See, I put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people licking trade love. If I throw it on the key, you can put that on my heart and I'm the God. Cause I'm the motherfucking champion.
Just in time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy, serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Welcome. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Anthony Brown Show, this segment that we call the ATL. I just want to thank you all for joining us this evening. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's a free gesture. And definitely click that bell, so that way you'll receive a notification every time we go live or we post any material on this channel. Also hit the like button, and during the show, comment below. And if you comment, we will read your comments loud on the air and respond accordingly. So again, thank you all for being with us this evening. I'm joined tonight by none other than the very beautiful, the very precious Tayama Sweetness.
Hey everybody,
Yeah.
what's going on? T?
How's it going?
I am doing good. Busy bee.
Yeah, me too. How you feeling?
I feel so much better, and my face looks so much better.
That's good. Okay.
I feel good enough to be out in these streets.
Hello. I was going by the, the sex God himself. Y'all better look out. Y'all better look out. He done started a workout regimen, and he said he bringing sexy all the way back. So y'all ready for the incomparable? My brother, Legacy the Great.
ATL.
What's going on, Legacy?
Shit, tired, man. Some hours and then working out. It's a lot. I'm ready to go to bed now.
I was just telling them, boy, they better look out. They ain't gonna be ready for you by the time summer.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be in tip top. I'm all the way from 215 to 195 right now.
Slowly melting away.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he's bringing sexy back.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Hey Tam,
Hey, boo.
I'm very upset with you
Why?
because I was in town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I called you all 3 days, and it went straight to your voicemail on one of the phones, and the other phone is just wrong. Me and Naya tried to come see you. You wouldn't answer the phone.
Okay, fine. I drive to Cape Coral.
Okay. Bring Tony with you. He know how to get here.
I'm gonna say, I'll ride with you.
Okay, Tony could come with me because I ain't bringing sand to the beach.
And and I think the Hilton Hotel, cause you kind of bougie, um is right behind my house.
Anyway, and we also have
Exactly, Tony.
we have the juiciest cake. So he's bringing sexy back, and a milkshake bring other boys, or should I say, juicy drive them crazy. None other
Hit,
than
Thank it
none,
for one time, Tony.
juicy cakes. Juicy drive them crazy.
Yeah.
Juice cake, where you at?
In the car.
Is she? Well, juice cake, she's out there somewhere.
Well, what's
But
how everybody been doing? Oh,
it, it has been crazy,
Bless.
crazy. Blessed, but I had an apple steal yesterday, and it was rush, so that's extra coins. So I said, thank you. And guess what? I got one tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and it's
yeah.
also rushed. So once again, thank
Thank
you.
you.
I said if I can have my goal is to get 3 a week. If I get 3 a week, boy,
Thank you.
yes, he's shining on.
Listen, sorry, ATL world and my brothers and sisters on here. Neglected my. I ain't gonna say I neglected my duties as of Friday, but I had worked all day and then I needed to drive 3 hours to Palm Beach, and sometimes I do things a little different when it's just me driving myself compared to when I have my daughter in the vehicle with. And I hadn't made it to Palm Beach by the time the show started, and sometimes you got to make other choices, and that was one of the choices that I made, which was to stay focused on the road. And I was very tired on top of that. So when I was driving, I had to make sure that I stayed focused for those 3 hours. Um, Other than going live while I was driving. A lot of times I try. I used to do it a lot, but I got this brother that when he's riding with me, he don't want me answering my phone. He don't he don't want me looking at my text messages. He don't want me replying to him. So I just did what he taught me better to do, which was not be focused on the show as I drive with my heartbeat in the car with me.
I'm gonna order you one of those. I used to have one of those things that hang from the rearview mirror. You put your phone on, so therefore, like if you're driving and you turn on live, you can still focus on the road and still just listen and talk. So you're on the show,
Right,
you just focus on the road, and it'll stay, stationary, and you
right.
aim it on you. I'm gonna order you one of those. I'm going to Amazon and order it tonight.
Okay, I appreciate it. But other than that, the ATL crew just doing their thing, just getting this money.
Yes, sir.
Ma-
Does anyone have a violin for legacy?
Now this the same brother that I saw Saturday in this in his job, and he told me, you know what, you did the right thing, bro, because that's what we have to do. We need to stay focused and put these children first. Kamal Akbar.
He
That's
would
what he said behind the scene.
have done it. So he just joshing us
Yeah, I know.
because he a big old teddy bear and he love his kids dearly, and
Yeah.
and he would kill for them children. So
Kill, devour.
he would have done the same exact thing.
Mm. But how's my sister Eyes doing? Oh shit, she in them streets. She in them streets looking good. Who called you on stove? Cause yours tore up. We can't even hear Tayama.
She's muted.
They told me that my car is totaled today. So, sir,
So
just
who
sit
called you
back
on
and watch
stove?
the blow up. I didn't steal nobody car. Anything I touch got full coverage. So soon as I wreck a car, I'm in the rental before I give it Blake one.
When did your vision come back?
Well, let's not see on that thing in the what is it in my right eye. They
Yeah.
gotta do something to it. I go to the doctor tomorrow. So,
Mm-hmm.
but that don't hold nobody down.
It damn so don't, cause I can't see out of damn one of mine.
It's so crazy.
Welcome to the show,
It's
Juicy.
so crazy. But Juicy
Blessings.
Remedy worked, child. I was bite the normal literally like 3 days later. Not even
God
three,
damn it.
like
Don't
two.
don't nobody be talking about juicy remedies that they working. Make her think she know what the hell she talking about.
Blessings, Juicy. Welcome to the show.
Hey
Child.
KK.
Blessings, everybody.
Let me tell you, I wasn't even into doing like what you call it, video chat, like do whatever, FaceTime and all of that. Child, she got me booed up, FaceTiming and all that. Hey boo.
Okay.
Don't come for juicy cake.
Y'all crazy.
Doing
Hey
all
KK.
We missed you, Legacy.
Yeah, I was en route that way.
Where we going?
Mm.
I just want to remind everybody that it's $2 Tuesday, so definitely if you would like to support this show, support the channel, because it does cost to do what we do over here, you can do so at our Cash App is Smell Good for Less. We appreciate it. You don't have to, but if you do, we thank you, and it's much, much appreciated. $2 Tuesdays. Listen, I didn't have a chance to type out this scenario, but someone called me. Here's the situation. The female called me. They've been in a relationship, a 4-year relationship with this dude. They live together in a house. Um, they love each other, trust each other, care for each other. They're engaged. He proposed. She said yes, so they're supposed to be getting married. Um, there's a young lady that stay across the street. Whenever he and her walk out the house together, she's always acknowledging him. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Dave. Hey, Kevin. Whatever his name is. We're going to call him Kevin in this example. Hey, Kevin. Don't say nothing to her. We're going to call her Sabrina. Don't say nothing to Sabrina. Hey, Kevin. And Kevin be like, hey, what's up? Carla, and go over there and talk to her across the street.
What?
So wife is standing there at the car or sitting in the car. And so I'm sorry, not wife, fiance. Fiance sitting in the car, feeling stupid, feeling, like, damn, why she's not acknowledging us? Hi, both of you. So, my we're gonna give her the advice because she's watching.
Well, I want to different. If I want to start it off when we get a chance.
Okay, so she's never checked his phone. He's never checked her phone. They know each other's password, just in case anything happened or emergency or whatever. But they've never had a reason to check each other's phone. So I said to her, this was my advice. I said, usually when a person show you who they are, believe them. I said, the thing about it is, y'all been together 4 years, but y'all don't have. Well, I asked her, did they have any kids together? She said no. That was a good thing. I said, well, y'all don't have any kids together until there's no real ties, because you're not married. There's no children, and the house is in his name. You moved in, so you could easily just move out. I said, because what you're feeling, your feelings, whatever causes you to feel what you're feeling, it's real. Because for him to be able to disrespect you and not check her, the lady across the street, he's either one already fucking her, or two, soon he will be fucking her. One of the two.
Kamal said, "Don't ever think you're gonna make my boo thing feel less than that ninja." Look, before Legacy go, and I think you painted a great picture. I'm just gonna chime in and I'm gonna ease out. The only thing I got suspended for from high school was being a girl tell for speaking to my man and not me. Go ahead, Legacy.
So let me finish. So there. So so it's a two-part to the story. So the first part is,
I think somebody.
So the first part of the story is that she felt like, why is it this female acknowledging both of us?
Tony. Now he was trying to call. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I said, because he may not even see it as a sign of disrespect or even realize that it's bothering you. So communication is our friend. So speak it. Let him know how you feel. So that's part one. So go ahead and talk about
it. Well, one, obviously it's been going on for a while. So if this been going on for a while, the first thing you need to do is sit down and address how this makes you feel and how it looks to you. You can't just jump to the gun to almost move out if you have not addressed the matter to him. Because people are raised differently and people relationships are different. Some women, it don't bother them that a female, or men it doesn't bother them that someone speaks to their significant other and they don't know them and they don't speak to them as well. I would find that as a sign of disrespect. But the responsibility is also on the person that's getting spoken to. Because if I'm walking out my house and another woman comes out her house and my significant other is with me and she speaks, "Hey, Legacy," right then I'm gonna say, "Hey, how you doing?" But this is my wife or this is my fiance, so that just in case you didn't know her name and you are not intending on being disrespectful, I'm gonna go ahead and give you her name so that the very next time you come out and speak and we coming out together and you don't address her, I'm going to tell you, as long as you see me and her together and you can't put your lips together to speak to her, never speak to me again.
Exactly.
Sound like a
Now,
deal to me.
the second thing is for me is if that happened more than one, two, matter of fact, I ain't even going that far. If it happened more than one time, and you, as the person who felt offended, did not address it to your significant other, then it deserves to keep happening to you. Because nobody can't read damn minds.
True.
I don't know if this offended you because you did not say, hey, babe, why she didn't speak to us? And people have to stop expecting people, Juicy.
Speaking to a dude that evidently don't know how to handle this situation. Dude needs to politely tell old girl he don't like how that looks or feels. Stop immediately. Speak to both or don't speak. I'm presuming the rest
Correct.
of this at all.
Correct.
Right. So at that time, you supposed to let your significant other know how that made you feel. And if you haven't, you're saying, I want this to continue to happen.
Hi, Kia.
Hey, Ms. Eccles. So now once you address it and he does not handle that, then you may need to reevaluate the situation, because I can't see leaving my significant other to go and hold a conversation with a woman who did not reverence my significant other.
Exactly.
So he is disrespectful in a way, but if you have not addressed it to let him know that you've deemed it disrespectful, in his mind, he may not think that you think is disrespectful.
Right.
So we first have to learn to communicate to teach people how to treat us.
Look, and I've said
How
that.
to
I've said that plenty of times in the past. Remember, I said I could teach you how to love me.
Right.
He may not realize the errors of his ways. So, baby, hold on, baby. 101. Let me show you. This is what
Right.
you do.
And you don't have to be angry with it when you do it, because you're coming from a position in your heart and mind of educating.
Exactly.
And to educate would be, listen, I don't know if she knows me, but I don't feel that she do because she did not speak to me. So I would like for you, if you have to hold conversations with this individual, make sure that she speaks to both of us. Then, if you want to hold a conversation, because I am not a person that is insecure. So if you're speaking to someone, I don't have to think that you're doing something negative. You're just holding a conversation. Because if I have to worry about you holding a conversation in front of me, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind, knowing that you gotta go to work, knowing that you gotta go to the grocery store, knowing you gotta go to the gym, knowing you gotta go to your mama house, you gotta go to Tony's house, you're going to hang out with Tayama, you finna fly here to Juicy. I don't want to go goddamn crazy worrying about conversations that you're gonna have that are not gonna be around me.
Correct.
So sit down, talk to your fiance, let him know that you have how you feel, and then if he does not change his position.
Hi, Gabrielle.
Hey,
Gabrielle
Gabrielle.
says I agree. Salute
Welcome
from
back.
Brazil.
It's been a long time, Gabrielle. Welcome back.
Welcome back. But that's all it is, mama. You don't, you know, they think that I'm the cutthroat person on this show, but it's not me. It's them two at the top. Tony telling you to shoot his ass on out of there. And I'm just waiting to hear what this one at the top of me got to goddamn say. Cause she probably would have jumped out the car. So I'm gonna pass it on to my
But
sister Tayama.
but my thing is, if she was in the car, if The person didn't come over to the car.
No, they're both standing outside the car, getting ready to get in the car. So it's been like I said, it's happened multiple times. Sometimes she was out of the car, sometimes she hadn't got in the car. But
So
nevertheless, the girl called Street spoke to him, got his attention, whether they was out of the car or in the car, and he went over to talk to her.
well, for starters, being Tayama, it would have only happened one time, but I would have addressed him. But the next time, I would have said, excuse me, Boo Boo Kitty. You don't see it's 1 and 2? If you can't talk to 1 and 2, I'm going to do you one better. Don't talk to none one of us. I will speak on my own behalf by the time we got to 2.
I was gonna say, knowing you, you
So,
would put that car in reverse and ran her ass over.
nah, I would have never made it into the car because I would have addressed that shit head on. That's the difference between a little girl and a grown woman. Once, because I would have addressed him the first time, it wouldn't have been a second time.
Exactly.
He would have been left out there with her. I would have got in that car, but he would have been left out there with her. Because he would have been made aware of it the first time. But being that y'all said it happened multiple times, it was supposed to happen. Because at that point, you were supposed to be and speak up for yourself. Excuse me, Boo Boo Kitty, you don't see me? When you see him, you see me. We are we. So if you talk to him, you damn sure better make it your business to talk to me.
Exactly.
But what if they had beef? Because if I'm cool with somebody else and I ain't cool with the other person, I act like your ass dead and have a full conversation with you.
Yeah, they had never spoken. The two women had never spoke.
See, I don't have these problems. I have never been a chick that a guy had, like, I don't know. But sis, speak up for yourself. If he haven't did it by now, it's time for you to show him, baby, I ain't what you used to.
Did you comment, Juicy?
In mid part of what you were saying, it was just a flashback I had because I had a situation probably in my junior year where I had said to him, like, it's rude. But he also had felt it was rude for people to speak to me and not him. Now, he was a star, like point guard of the basketball team. So people gonna talk to him and not me, and vice versa. But there's one particular girl, she tried to pick a fight with everybody I was friends with. So she was intentionally doing it. And she said hi one time too many. I gave her the first like morning, don't try me. I'm not that person.
You gave her what she was looking for.
Yeah. Now, today, I wouldn't probably entertain either of them. If he gonna sit there and speak back, then I'm with sis. He need to be right there with her, and I'm with you, Tony. I hear you, Legacy, and I'm all for communication. But if we already to a level of fiance and living together, we done communicated. He know damn well that shit was wrong. And
in 4 years, that conversation has already come up.
Already come up, whether it was that address of that exact situation or just in general. He knows how she feels as a person, her likes, her wills, her wants, her don'ts. This ain't no new scenario. They have come down on these insecurities, even if it is one. So he is not catering to the love he's supposed to have for her, the respect he's supposed to have for her, and she's supposed to entrust in him to protect her from slime like that. Right. So if in 4 years and we trying to say I do, and you still ain't got that down pat.
Yeah, because I'm with you, Juicy. Because I think if we've been dating for 4 years, been making love for 4 years, giving you my body, you know the do's and don'ts.
And I'm at this point. I know some people be like, it's easier with one, and you can't be. You might as well take what you can get. Man, please, stress kill. I am not taking nothing to kill me.
But Tony, how many times in the 4 years of them being in a relationship and being now engaged, how many times would she say or did she say that she has addressed it to him?
One, she's never addressed it to him. I suggested to her to address it to him. Like I said, to have a conversation. That's like I said, he may not be aware. So make him aware. Although, like Juicy said, in 4 years, you should be. That's something. That's a conversation that we've had. Even if it's not about this particular situation, it could have been in general. You know, baby, I'm the type of woman. I hate when somebody walk up and start talking to my man and blah 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 blah. Boom, you know. So now, a year or two later, now that it's happening, there should have been a trigger. Oh shit, this is what we talked about 2 years ago, or a year ago, or 6 months ago.
See, it could have even been a situation that happened, and the red flag God sending her way is putting that scenario. They spoke it into existence. Now here, you see, he ain't learned. He ain't. This is him, and so even like you say, man, you better see it. Can I drop my 2 cents on this one? For me, if the lady or the dude no longer respect each other to the point it gets unhealthy or uncomfortable, it's time to hit the damn road. Amen, Gabrielle.
Yes, I agree, Gabrielle. Okay, so everybody place their comments. So let me give you part 2 of the story. So like I said, my philosophy was step to him and conversate and have a conversation. Because like I said, I believe you could teach a person how to love you. So maybe y'all didn't have this conversation in 4 years. Maybe you didn't bring it to his attention. So bring it to his attention. How you feel. I told her that. Also, I mentioned check his phone.
Damn.
She never did it in 4 years. Guess what? She checked his phone. So him and the lady across the street has been having sexual conversation. When you gonna let me suck that dick? Oh, it's coming real soon, baby. Don't worry about it. Da 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 da. Those conversations, and other conversations where he done did it already with other women. So he's been the whole 4 years. So she found out he's been a hoe, a slut, unfaithful.
She better go get tested and get the hell out.
So what she did, she put his phone back. She laid down. She went back to sleep. That morning, he got up to go to work. He works from 8 to 5. She called the girls. All the girls with their trucks, 3 of them, backed them trucks up. Everything that she owned or purchased, she moved it out of there. Put his engagement ring on the nightstand next to his on his side of the bed, so he'll see it when he come home. Everything she owned, the huge TV in the bedroom she bought, she took that. The TV in the living room he bought, she left that. So what he bought, she left. What she bought, she took. Her clothes, she took. Her belongings, her personal items. Anything as far as dishes, she said she don't care about that. She can always buy new dishes. She hid it. Her brother happens to own a lot of property, and he put her into one of his apartments. So she had a new apartment like instantly. She went from that house to a new apartment, her own apartment, instantly. So her brother said, baby girl. Well, first of all, her brother never liked the guy. Her brother from the day one always thought that there was something not right about him. So when she discovered this, it just confirmed the feeling the brother had. So the brother was happy, like, okay, so you ain't gotta worry about it. I got property. Go ahead and move into one of my properties. Here's the key. Boom, done. So she moved into one of the brother's properties. She blocked him on all her social medias, blocked him so that he don't have the location on her phone, so he can't find where she at. She works from home, so chance of seeing her in the street is slim to none. Since he realized he can't call her, he been having his mother call. She's not answering that either. Now the mother's not blocked, but she's not answering the mother. So now what's y'all verdict?
Woo, 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 woo. Go, girl.
Good job, girl. Good job. Good job.
I said it was divine intervention.
There's nothing else needed to be said. I mean, if now we'll just see in time if she's gonna go back.
We rebuke. We empower.
Nah.
This
We're
the girl.
we're gonna see,
keeping
because
up.
right now she's filled with hurt and pain. And this is the first incident where she's found out that he's been stepping out. So if we look at history, there normally is a repeat
Yep. And
of the relationship.
most guys know which type of women they could cheat on based on they self-loathe for themselves. So, honey, I'm with Legacy on this one. Let's see. But girl, I'm glad you did leave. But stay
Well,
gone.
I'm gonna be your motivation. I ain't go back, girl. Keep
And let me tell you a little bit about her history. I think she's done like 6 or 8 years in the military. She was a police officer for 4 years. She said she got out of it because it was too much, bullshit in the police force, stuff that's hidden under the carpet. So she didn't like the underhanded stuff that was going on. So she got out of the police force. So she was in the police force for 4 years. She's still licensed to carry. She still carries. So she knows the law. So she knew not to cut up his stuff or break his this and break his, So she knows the law. So she's got her stuff, left his stuff, and she left.
That's all you need to do. You don't need to break their stuff. When you know you done, just be like, yo, listen, it was a good run. You have that conversation. You make it
and
crystal clear, and then you move on. And then look back. One thing when you look back and you see what they wind up going to, it wind up reassuring you all along that wasn't Mr. Right for you.
It was just Mr. Right now.
Exactly. And God was been telling you go, 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 but you didn't want to go. And then when you finally go and you see what he got waiting for you, you be like, damn, I should have left 3 years ago.
Okay.
Where were you all my life?
So that was the story.
Like for real. Smiling from ear to ear.
I know that's right. Kim, the Terry Crews situation, how's his wife doing? Have you heard anything else?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Did you try to look into it real quick while we doing this topic or something? You know me, I catch it when I catch it, but man, these days he've been busy. Oh my God.
well, did Trump get
They
arrested?
been stupid busy. Huh?
Did Trump get arrested?
Of course not.
Oh, did they have protests?
Girl, that would have been breaking news.
But it was something said yesterday, right?
Let me tell you, it would have flew through all our phones like Amber Alert.
Oh,
Yeah, I would have had that. We would have talked about that first on the show.
gotcha. I was told he sent a message out talking about protests because I'm getting arrested on Tuesday.
Child, that orange man always needs something to talk about just to stay relevant, and still don't be relevant in our world.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I did see where they were saying that there was a possibility that the district attorney was trying to bring about charges to have him arrested, but that didn't take place. Plus, right now, the way that people are looking at who is the front runners for the Republican Party coming up for the primaries and things like that, and DeSantis has a super following and things like that, there's nobody out there right now that can offset DeSantis from becoming the president of the United States except for Trump. And nothing is
Trump is
gonna
our
be.
next president.
Yes, you can believe in about another year and a half, Donald, what is it? Donald J. Trump
I don't know.
will be reelected for his second term.
So, okay. We got
Nothing's gonna happen to Trump. There has never been a president on any allegations from Nixon to the Bushes to anybody that has broken any laws.
down here, people just engage in serious relationships when they are cleared of red flags, so to speak.
But Trump is
That's
gonna
how it
definitely.
should be, Gabrielle, but that's just, I don't know what's going on. It's in the water here.
Okay.
Darnisha, hey y'all. Hey, Uncle
What's
Tom.
up, Danisha? How your mama doing, Danisha? Well, there was another story I wanted us to talk about. For whatever reason, we couldn't download it. I got the picture of it, though. I'm going to see if we could kind of read that, Juicy.
Oh, I saw this. Pregnant woman charged with murdering bruised 3-year-old son found cold to touch. So how the story went was she had somebody over and the guests saw the child wrapped in a blanket on the floor in front of the couch, but wasn't responsive. So she picked him up and put him in the bed. And I guess the guests called 911 and that's how they came. But this child, which she's pregnant and she has also another child, so this is the oldest, he had so many marks on him of different variations of color to show that he was being hit with objects numerous times on numerous
Signs of
occasions.
foul play.
Right. But more than just foul play, he had burns on him where she was tasing him. So that's just torture. Um, and he was cold. But she said, but when they got into the house was so hot it was hard to breathe. But the baby was cold.
Mm,
Dead.
yes.
The 1-year-old's been taken into custody, and she's in custody while pregnant. But she's undergoing psychiatric evaluation as well.
Now, that's a situation
Send
where
her ass straight to the electric chair. And we don't even do electric chair no more, but put her ass in it.
now she's the type of person that
That's crazy.
they'll give her a 6 month course or evaluation and blah blah this and blah blah that and give her back all her kids and then they end up dead.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Wow. When I saw that story, I was like, I can't even fathom the thought of, especially a mother, because a mother, you have that special bond. This child grew inside of you for 9 months, and so y'all have that special bond that they don't have with the father. You know, and then to be able to burn the child, abuse the child, beat the child, tase the child. A 3-year-old, the baby was 3 years old, right?
Yes.
A 3-year-old child, burn, beat, tase, put cigarettes out on the child, you know, and now the child is dead, and you don't know the child is dead, and because they're not moving, you put them in the bed. Um, You don't know what dead looks like?
Well, one thing you said the child was 3, so we can't be. There are still women who have forms of postpartum depression that lingers on, and sometimes not making excuses, but it is a real diagnosis
Mm-hmm.
that you know we as family and health service people should learn to pick up on these defaults in women at that time, because a lot of times women do have it, and especially you coming home and you're dealing with a child, and this child is crying, got colic and different things going on, and she don't have no relief, and everything is on her. you know we have to have people, that family members, that like the lady who came in and I guess she saw the baby dead.
Mm-hmm. Unresponsive.
How, yeah, unresponsive. If you saw the baby unresponsive, was she the one that called the police and notified them that she think the baby dead?
Yes, and I didn't specify if it was a he or a she.
Right.
Yeah, and so
So how often do that person come to the house to check on that mother, to notice or not notice that these things have taken place, or did all of that take place that day?
the
Because I'm looking at the last 2 women that we looked at about a week ago that murdered their children, bludgeoned, and they were the twin mothers. And it has started to, it's really not nothing new. It's just that social media, it has a grander scale to expose these things now. And most time people can't even fathom a woman killing anybody.
Mm-mm.
So that's why it's that much more harder to think that a mother could actually do these things. And I'm not gonna just say a mother. I mean, that's like when I think of a father touching his daughter or his son, and I'm like, you do realize that came from you, and you're damn near fondling yourself. And this is what. But some people are sick, and we don't know that they have these mental sicknesses and illnesses, and the hospital let these mothers go right on out the door with no help or no real supervision. That hey, this woman could probably need some social, what it is, from the department to help her with some things.
A
We need to
social
have like,
worker.
a social worker,
yes, yes,
mentor.
to go and I mean the baby 3, so we would be definitely thinking that she would be over the postpartum depression. But sometimes you have long history of people, and things mentally that goes on in their family that is passed down that we don't know about until now you're in open court, and now they're revealing certain things, that this girl's mom was paranoid schizophrenic, and she's now paranoid schizophrenic, and blase, blase, blah. So, we have to do our history and medical history as well on the individuals that we're conceiving and bringing life into the world with.
You know,
Hold
I
on,
agree
Juicy.
with
Hold on,
you
Juicy.
medically looking at it.
Hold on. Let me say this real quick. She still could have had the postpartum depression because she had a 1-year-old.
Right. So
And
she could have
pregnant.
had it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she's pregnant.
And she's pregnant. Yeah.
And so we're not gonna let anybody be less accountable for all the actions and the roles they could have played, because the baby daddy of who she's carrying, the 1-year-old's father, and the 3-year-old
Mm-hmm.
father. Unless they dead, they also part of the cause for
Right.
support. The doctors, Yes, it's a system being failed, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
continuous one.
Well, Juicy, we all know that one, if you don't have the best health insurance, the doctors are really trying to get you to spit this baby out and get up out of here because we don't want you building up a bill that you can't pay. So that's one. Then the second thing is, um, this woman,
You know what though? The thing is, it's a little different for pregnant women on any state Medicaid. And I've done
mhm,
medical billing. When you're pregnant, they give you full scope
yes,
medical coverage because one, you're carrying a potential, you're carrying a money making, you're carrying more revenue generated. So they want to give you the care that you need to make sure you bring forth something that's going to be productive. But if you're not going to use it properly towards your benefit and do what's good for you, you could fall into in them cracks.
but this
And
is the thing too, Juicy. When it comes to Medicaid, doctors that and hospitals that accepts Medicaid, they're on the hook that and with the understanding of knowing that they're not going to be paid the significant amount of money that they would as if Juicy or Tayama walk in with Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, when you're taking Medicaid. So it's even though that they know they have an abundance of individuals who are on Medicaid, so they would take the pile ups of Medicaid at the low end because the large scale of people that are on Medicaid puts a big dividend in their pocket. But they're not getting paid the same amount of money as if when you walked in with Blue Cross and Blue Shield. So after that baby is had or born or come into this world, the next thing is 72 hours to get you up out this hospital because they know that a night stay in a hospital might runs about $1,200 to $1,300. The government is not paying them that. They're only paying them about $400 to $500. So we need you to move out this damn bed.
Okay.
So that somebody who got Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and all these great HMO insurance policies, so that they can have a room. If you go into a hospital and you got Medicaid,
Mm-hmm.
unless you are shot, heart computations, head computations, they are trying to deal with everything in triage so
Yes.
that they can get you up out of there. They're going to hit you with the $400 aspirins. They're going to hit you with some type of pain pill. They go, you know what I'm saying? They're going to hit you with the EKG bill, the blood pressure regulator,
Check,
pulse,
check
and
your blood.
tell you that take this pill, trust in what I'm telling you, and holler at your primary doctor
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. They're not there to make sure. They are only there to treat and get you under control, not totally find out what it is that is ailing you. That's the truth.
now you first, I don't say go to the doctor. So I totally agree, and that is how they do. But postpartum depression don't even kick in at delivery. It kicks in about 3 to 6 months after delivery. And see, the thing about it is that's the time where this parent is supposed to be per the medical and social worker file, turning in growth development sheets monthly of monitoring does this the milestones of this child, the weight of this child. They're supposed to go to these appointments. The doctor, the pediatrician, is supposed to be seeing the baby. And when these parents are on Medicaid and they're parents of high risk, because you already had done the assessment and seen that they got these kind of issues, you're supposed to follow up with them. The social worker is supposed to say, oh, the baby did not, the letters used to come. I used to send them out. If the baby did not show up for the appointment, we got to notice that the baby missed their monthly checkup. We either do a mail letter, miss your monthly checkup, or you do a home visit. You're supposed to keep up and make sure the baby is being taken care of, not the mother. The mother don't even get insurance anymore after the baby's born. This is the service for the child. And so I'm not speaking of her. I feel for her because, yes, the mothers do not need to get left behind because they need to be stable and emotionally and healthy care for the children. And you're right. They're not the government's concern. The child is the government's concern because that's the future. And they figure if they put that into the child will be something. Or at least controlled to be something. But either way, nobody did their part in this lady's life. Her mama didn't even come and say, what the hell are you doing to my grandbaby?
I think there should be some type of, they have the parenting class that they say most people should take, but that's only like 20, 24 hours. You can possibly learn all there is to know to be a parent in 24 hours, in a 24-hour class. 4 hours a week, X number of weeks, to hit your 24 hours, you get a certificate saying you graduated, now you could be a parent. No, that you haven't learned anything.
They give you a book this thick. It say what to expect while pregnant and in 2 books and what to expect the first year of after delivery. And it go through the milestones so you can like kind of, if you're a reader, you got to read now. What's the next? How it's going to be? And these are for the new parents. They give those books. They gave me one 22 years ago. They still use them. But now today you got to ask for the stuff. The things are the resources of what used to be to help parents be better parents are far and few. And that's what I mean by they're being failed.
So if you don't know to ask for it, you won't ask for it, then you just don't get them.
You don't get it. And it's
exactly.
Okay. Less money they got to put out to someone who ain't even going to read the book.
Or they hit you with, we'll email it to you.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And emailing, when somebody tell me they're gonna email me some important documents and I'm there in their presence, either I'm not leaving till I already received the email and I know that it's there, or you can go on and give me the paper so that I can read it. And again, we talk about this all the time. The vast majority of Blacks, this ain't just women, this is us as a whole, hate reading. We hate reading. So guess what? Since I already know that you hate reading and you don't like to take the time to read fine print, that's why the government allow individuals to make fine print, because they get to say it was there, you just didn't read it. It's not my job. Say what, Tay?
It was in your contract.
Better believe it.
That's how they tell you.
And never let anybody rush you. Never let anybody rush you to sign anything. If anything is legit, a person who has a legit contract or legit paperwork, don't mind you saying, give me a few days to look over this, because I can't digest all of this in one day. So give me a few days to go through it. Let me talk it over with my attorney. And if everything lines up, even if you're not going to speak to an attorney, it's always best to say, let me go. And because they're going to show their hand once you say attorney. Oh, well, this is just a one-day thing, da-da-da-da. Once you go to talking like that, that's when people know that, you know what, I'm not going to even try to pull the wool over her, because it's like you buying a used car. And on the outside, that car looks fine. When you went to the person's house, that car crunk up well, and it sounded great. Your next step should be is, do you have a problem letting me or do you have a problem meeting me to my mechanic and allowing my mechanic a day to examine the vehicle, test the vehicle to see if it runs with him the way that it ran with me and you. And if it passes my mechanic's inspection, because most people don't understand that for car dealerships or buy here, pay here dealerships, they're only required by the law to show that they did a 10-point check. Anybody who wants to buy a decent vehicle, the person who you are selling it to, that you're buying it from, if they know that they're not selling you a limit, they shouldn't have a problem with them bringing the car to your mechanic, letting that mechanic have a 12 to 24 hour period with the vehicle to do a 100-point check, and then come back together and do a review and say, hey, the car is worth it. There's nothing wrong with it. Or don't buy this car, because when I was driving down I-95 at 75 miles per hour, I could hear the goddamn valves tapping. He got some Mr. Marvel in the tank that is allowing it to sound as good, but when it's up under pressure, it has a faulty water pump, or it seems like the alternator is about to give out. If you don't allow that type of time and then you buy a piece of shit, you can't be mad at nobody except for you, because you was in such a rush to have something that you did not take the time to read the fine print.
Yep.
There should be some type of a course other than that little 24-hour course to teach new parents how to parent.
Back in the day, they used to. It wasn't like required by the government, but it was allowed by the government. And I know that in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, they had took over the program, where you could do the mental health counseling and offer mentor services. They get these mentor hours. And it was like lifestyle mentorship. And you actually like shadow or teach the person how to grocery shop, how to give baths, how to do things as being a parent. And they had you until they had to meet certain goals, and you kept on with tasks of this is what you're going to do to reach this goal. Once you meet them, then they see another doctor to see if they can go longer or if they're okay to be with their children. But this was it was optional, but given to the people and promoted very much. And I know a lot of people were doing it, but then a lot of companies were also just getting people and adding them and making these false claims, like as if they were helping people, but they were just getting paid for the people and then weren't doing the services. So it got kind of, I don't know if it's shut down or if the stipulation to be a part of it is gone, but I know that these services are still available, but you just got to seek them. They're not going to just give them to you. You have to know that you want some help or need some help. And even with your postpartum checkup, if you're going to the doctor and doing your prenatals and being seen, and she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going, these are things she communicates. Well, I haven't been feeling this. I've been having these thoughts. But is she not saying it? This someone who's psychologically aware that she doing this malice? That's not depression.
Right.
Okay, let's move on.
Nutrition is the key to a healthy, strong body. Therefore, we need to take control of our health. My passion comes from my adversities, and now I'm empowering people to gain control of their health by introducing healthy snacks for life, which is filled with non-toxic high-quality substances derived from nature. It was designed to stop the human consumption of eating unnatural sugars, so they can maintain a healthy lifestyle while snacking. Healthy Snacks for Life is diabetic-friendly, filled with vitamins, minerals, beta-carotene, proteins, fats, and more. It's a balanced alkaline mix that's crunchy, delicious, and nutritious. It's also affordable, combined with nutritional factors that our bodies needs. So do it for yourselves, do it for your children and families, and do it for others. Try Healthy Snacks for Life. Today, you will not regret it.
Okay. There was a
Miss
video.
Veronica, I just want to give a shout out to you. I know I try to do this every time we do your commercial. Keep doing your thing. You gonna blow, sis. You gonna blow.
Yes, indeed.
Unless the government come after you for giving out real nutritious stuff.
Rebuke, rebuke, rebuke. She's covered. She's covered.
Exactly.
Rebuke. Look, allegedly, it's not nutritious.
Okay. Here you go. Legacy, last week, since you are a sports analyst and nobody knows the sports on the show quite like you, we couldn't delve into this topic, so I saved the video just for you. There was something about the NFL plantation, and I wanted you to see this, comment on it, and get your point of view.
All right, I'm ready.
This is a moral issue that needs to be addressed today. When in 1946, when the NFL was forced to reintegrate, because from 1933 to 1945, the all-white NFL didn't want any blacks in the industry. They said the black players were slowing down its growth. And then Fritz Pollard developed the Negro Football League. And after World War II, there was a big push for the Negro League to compete with the all-white NFL. So what they did was they took the good players from the Negro League and integrated them into the all-white NFL. And now, since 1946, the black players have taken it to $1 billion plus market, yet we have no owner within the industry. We are the record breakers and the trendsetters, yet we have no voice within the industry. NFL owners are guaranteed profits annually without even a fan going into the stadium, yet players have no guaranteed contracts. This is plantation capitalism going on right now. This is a
Well, he definitely spoke a mouthful, and he definitely spoke the truth on that matter. There is not one black NFL owner. And the NFL is 80% black, with our guys taking the blows mostly. And because the league is not almost 80% black, but I want to say roughly about 80 to 90% of the quarterbacks in the NFL are black quarterbacks. So they come up with rules and policies to protect mostly the quarterback position, because the quarterback position can be one of the most injured positions standing in the pocket. Let's just look at it for what it is. Most black American men who are in their youth think that they only have 2 or 3 lanes of becoming rich. And that is the avenue of basketball, the avenue of football, and the avenue of becoming a rapper. And it just seems, for some odd reason to me, that blacks feel like, we talked about this about the Oscars. We had the AFL, where it was pretty much dominated by black great athletes. And as he said, after the war was over, they wanted to integrate because they understood that you know, these guys are a lot better than the NFL white counterparts. So they, like you say, they brought in the best athletes from the AFL and integrated them into these leagues or into the NFL and put them on these different teams. And where the owners were just barely making a few $1 million a year, because at that time they were only paying like one of the best running backs at that time was Jim Brown. And Jim Brown, you talking about in the 50s and 60s, you talking about making $10,000 a year. So at that time, I guess that would equate it to $1 million today in that time and era. And he took his team to a Super Bowl and did his thing. But it is a plantation because they have a bunch of collusion that goes on. Like one of the things that is going on in the NFL now, there's a young black quarterback that played for the Baltimore Ravens, and his name is Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson did not hire a sports agent in the beginning of his rookie year to be his agent. He allowed his mother to speak on his behalf as his acting agent so that his mom could get a portion of his signing bonus when he signed to the NFL. The average agent makes about 3% of the NFL's players' signings. So if let's say, for instance, I signed for $100 million, what would be 3% of $100 million? What, $300,000? I mean, would it be what I said? 100.
Yeah.
I said what? I said $100 million. What did I say? $100 million or $10 million?
$100 million.
Yeah, it roughly be what, like $300,000 or $3 million off the $100,000. Now, this lane of sports agents is predominantly bossed up by the people that Kanye West was talking about. So if I got 5 athletes that are having signings and they're up under my agency, and I'm making 3% off of each one of these athletes, I roughly just made what, $15 million for talking to an owner about signing this young man. Now, he supposed to have to sign his contract, so he's not. He's at the end of his contract. And people are blackballing him now and talking negative about him because he no longer wants to sign a contract where he's been the MVP of the league. He's taking his team every year to the playoffs with a team that is not built around him. And he's asking for a $200 million plus guaranteed contract. The team that has the rights to him, which is the Baltimore Ravens, do not really want to give him that guaranteed contract. But that's what it looks like. But the truth is, you talking about he don't have an agent. So we're gonna blackball you and not let you get the contract that you deserve because you don't have an agent that can pinch off of the money that you're going to make. And you're pissed because this young man, mother, would make that bonus money for speaking and talking on his behalf to get him his contract. So they don't really want nobody. Say what, Kate?
And she can.
And she can. And what the truth is, from what I believe is, if Lamar Jackson was to get this contract signed without an agent, agents would be dead in the NFL after he get his contract signed for that big without a sports agent. So they have to do everything that they can to try to get him, to feel like he need an agent to get this done. And he's not budging. So it is a plantation. When it was about everybody taking a knee, when the Colin Kaepernick thing took place, you had owners of teams telling their players that if they took a knee, they would no longer be on their team. You had owners that came out, that were basically, one owner, the Houston Texans owner, came out and said, the prisoners are taking over the prison. The prisoners are taking over the prison. So that means he looks at his players as prisoners that are working inside of a prison, that where he's the warden and the boss. So I just tell everybody, yes, some athletes can make great money playing in these sports, but I will say basketball has guaranteed contracts. Baseball have guaranteed contracts. But our kids don't see a future of being considered or have made it in life any longer other than being rapper, football, basketball player. You have some that aspire to be doctors and lawyers and things, but the vast majority of young men, their only hope of getting out of the hood or getting out of the gutter or getting their parents out of the place that they no longer want them to be is through sports. So the pipeline to the black youth is through football. So yes, it is a plantation. It is ran by racist white men, 32 owners in the NFL team, in the NFL league, and all of them are owned by black people. By white people. And this is why I always say integration was one of the worst things to have ever happened to black people. Because with integration, you are subjugated to not be able to set rules that help you, because you are merging into someone else's game and their rules and policies. So if you're not ready, and just like they say, they merged the AFL into the NFL, which the AFL was mostly a black league, the NFL was mostly a white league. And because we don't know our value, and the only way we as people, black, feel that we have become something or done something in our lives is if we play by their rules in their game and accomplish their awards. Anything we do that we create, we don't really want to be a part of it, because if the white man don't say that this is something of significance, then we might well ball this shit up and throw it out the door because it's worthless. That would be what I have to say on that matter.
Wow. And on that note,
and that's coming from our Q&A sports review.
Yes. Other than that, I have nothing else to say.
All right. So with nothing else to say tonight, ladies and gents, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We want to thank Kamal, Gabrielle, Ms. Elkels. We want to thank Darnisha for sending in your messages and giving a shout out and things of that nature. We're nothing without you guys, so we definitely appreciate you guys. We hope that we are continually bringing and educating not only you guys but ourselves with positive word review, and whether it's to hurt your feelings and to wake you up out of the dark cloudy fog that you're in, or if it's and at the same time we hope that it uplifts you as well. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the juiciest cakes in the business. My sister. Kate, let them know.
You can find me here every Tuesday and Friday. I love when you do that on the ATL show. You can check me out on Facebook, Miss Nicole Purse, or Miss Beautiful on Instagram, and Miss Juicy Cakes on TikTok. That's all, folks.
All right, Kate. We're gonna go to the boss lady. They call her Tyson's mom. Miss Sweetness, let them know.
You can find me on Facebook at Tayama Copeland 1. You can find me on Instagram at Tayama01. You can find me at Just in Time Accessories at Gmail. And you also can shop justintimeaccessories.com. That's it. Good night, people.
All right, y'all. Hold on.
Every business, every business we know fits the same criteria. Show me a company we deal with on a daily basis that has some other business traits. Enliven. Oh, you don't deal with me though. Enliven to you got different business traits.
All right. Come on.
Great show tonight. Thank you, Miss D.
Thank you.
We're gonna go ahead and bring out the man. And tell Dunn Allen the next time he do a show that this is my line. Find him something else to say to close this show out when I ain't here. We're gonna go ahead and bring out the man that make this here possible for us. Down there in the right corner. Mr. Anthony Brown, our pain in our ass, but our brother at heart. AB, let them know.
This is yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. You can find me on all social media, all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube under Anthony Brown or The Anthony Brown Show. You can also find me on my Facebook page, Anthony the Writer. The words I say that you must live by and hold truth to my heart is you got to grind until you shine.
All right. Y'all know what time it is. Sorry to have to leave you, but we gotta go. I am yours truly, Legacy the Great. You can reach me on Facebook up under our Dream Williams. You can also hit me on YouTube at Legacy the Great. My email address is legacyunlocked@mail.com. You could also hit me on my cell phone for business purposes. I'm in the Lee County area, Palm Beach County area for legal services that you may need or endeavor in. Or if you want, you don't have a lot of money, but you want somebody good and pit bullish that's going to get on somebody's ass in this legal court system, I'm the man for you. And if you're locked up out your vehicle, give me a call. Right now, I send Tony or Tayama to get that little cheese, and we'll get you in your car. So right now, I just want to let everybody know that my number is 229-630-7615. Or if you can't reach me on that, you can reach me on my business line at 561-907-9129. Now, before we get up out of here, just want to let everybody know that, everybody has somebody that's going through something. Make it your business. If you circle 25, hit the 25. Hey, I'm just calling to check up on you, make sure you're in the right state of mind, you healthy. I'm letting you know I'm here for you. If that's one thing that we do here. We got a group chat. We also have each other's phone numbers where we call and check on each other and try our best to be in each other's lives, not just with word of mouth, by actions also. So, check in on your circle. Somebody may need you. And sometimes pride is our greatest destruction, because before we say what we need, sometimes we'll allow it to consume us. And you don't know what your sister or brother may have to give you, to uplift you, or to get you to the next point in life. Every time somebody call you, don't mean they want something. But sometimes you need to call people to let them know that you are available. In the words that I live by and die by, Juicy Cake, get them with it, baby!
ATL!
Yeah! 28 grams of moss, 28 grams of moss. Little people the king, little people the king. Y'all ain't ready for this. champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Don't know why you cats wanna wait to beat with the street just to give you cats a chance to eat. What you got for early didn't finish the plate. Now that I'm back, you rap cats are gonna have to wait. Been gone a whole year, still nobody got the leadership or the heart to even feel my spot. I'm the champion, must I say it again? The best in this rap game and I continue to win. See, I'm allergic to that, losing makes me sneeze. They're like you phony rap cat, about to make me squeeze. Bring your whole crew, nigga, I'ma swallow that. So when it pops off, ATL is on a holler back. It's 28 grams, nigga. I've been running this shit. So anything in front of me can fuck around and get hit. I follow you rap cats, so you niggas my sons and I'm the truth. Why? Cause I'm the motherfucking champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion. Still rep the A&T, but I carry my throne. God bless every child that can hold it home. And I am that child, as you niggas can see. Cause ain't another rapper out there better than me. And this goes to anybody trying to steal my spot. I'm number one in this shit, so number one you got. So when you gas scream, y'all is the best, I laugh. Like really, you cats don't really know the how. You do the math, and that's yourself who really great. Then add it up and watch it equal up to 28. So that's the damn cats know who really the done. I'm overall, I let you niggas fight for number one. See, I put that on my life, put that on my son. Gotta stay the best of people licking trade love. And my throne, I'm the key. You can put that on my heart and I'm the God. Cause I'm the motherfucking champion.